Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Potato. This is Golftopia, the best type of golf game, the type of golf game where you don't actually have to play golf. No, this is a strategy management game where you have to build a course, make money, and extort golfers for each and every penny that they've got. So without further ado, let's get cracking, let's get building, let's see if we can turn the Potato Links into the finest, wackiest space golf course around. Right, so this is our starting plot. We've got some good features over here. I mean, I'm talking like I know how to design a golf course, but I frankly do not. However, what I do know is that in the very first instance, we need to get a clubhouse down, a focal point for the golf community to rally around, and also the point of entry into our wonderful little golf course. As you can see, it looks a little bit like an orbital elevator. What does an orbital elevator look like? Well, I don't know, but that is what it is, apparently. So that's the first step on the way to greatness. Now, that is only the entry point into the course. We will need to design an actual course around this clubhouse. So why don't we see if we can place a tee? We'll place a tee, like, just outside the clubhouse. You know, golfers don't usually like to do a tremendous amount of exercise other than just walking around the course. So we'll place the tee reasonably near the clubhouse so they can just walk out straight onto the course. And then, you know what? We're gonna see if we can try and place a hole. Now, I don't want this to be too funky. I think, you know, we gotta go for a nice, easy, short hole just to warm the golfers up. So we'll place a hole like right over there. Now, the cool thing about this game is that, as I've already mentioned, you don't actually have to play golf, which is the best thing in the entire game. I'm gonna make some fairway, so I'm actually just gonna paint over all of this dirt. And then we're also going to give ourselves a little bit of green up here. So we want to keep the first hole nice and short because people are going to get off that elevator and they're immediately going to walk down and start playing, which is exactly what we want. And they're hopefully going to do it relatively quickly. There is still a little bit of an impediment from, you know, just hitting the ball directly into the hole, but that's fine. I'm actually pretty happy with that. That's absolutely a-okay. Okay, so the first hole is now constructed. It's not very complex. It doesn't look very beautiful, but that's okay. We can adjust all of that as we go. I'm going to unpause. I'm also going to test the hole out before we actually give it a shot. Or turn it on, I should say, to see where all of the golf balls go. I mean, it looks like this area is a little bit neglected in terms of fairway. So why don't I see if I can, I don't know, tweak the size of this a little bit. We'll turn this into a fairway, and we will properly cover all of the possible routes that the golf balls could take. Excellent. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. Why don't we toggle that open? So that now it is accepting golfers, and as a consequence, we're going to have to toggle our clubhouse open. Bada bim, bada boom, we have an active clubhouse. Thank you very much. The orbital elevator has arrived. That's right, it's me arriving in an elevator. Cool. Okay, so we should see a couple of these keen golfing aficionados. Dr. Manager. That is some title. That is some title. Oh! Sadie, you were the first person to use the course. Very, very good. I'm pretty happy with that, actually. Looking very, very nice. Are we going to be in with a chance of getting a hole-in-one? I don't think so. If we have a little look at the hole, we can see that the challenge is medium, the difficulty is balanced, the decoration is low, and the craziness is very, very low. Well, you know what? I think that's just about right for the first hole of the course. We will, you know, bling it out a little bit later on, but for now, I think that's pretty darn good. We've not advanced a day quite yet, but we will, and we will make money. We will make money, do not fear. Another important thing to note about the golfers in Golftopia is that they only pay money when they putt the ball, when they get the ball in the hole. When they bat the ball in the hole, they give us money. So we're incentivized to try and get as many people hitting the ball into the hole as is physically possible, right? I mean, that's what any good accountant will tell you. You know, you try and get as many people to hit the ball in the hole, and they'll pay you a whole bunch of money. That's pretty much it. Okay, the clubhouse, is it looking good? It's looking good. We got a new selection of golfers arriving. How wonderful is that? The first hole is a rip-roaring success. We've got hundreds, thousands millions of golfers. That's not actually true. We've got one group of 4 golfers that are currently meandering their way around the first hole, but that's okay. I've actually spotted a rather Stonehenge-y looking stone over here. Is Stonehenge a word? It is now. It's a rather Stonehenge-y looking stone, and to be honest, I think that it might just be perfect for the next hole. So let's queue up a tee over here, right? And let's put a hole right behind the hole right there. Excellent. So that is looking pretty darn nice indeed. Now, I'm going to make sure that we have a very sort of strict route that the golf balls can go. We're gonna have fairway right down the middle here, and if you're not a coward, then you're gonna try and shoot through the Stonehenge feature over there, which is quite exciting because that should mean that people are gonna be able to get themselves a little bit worked up about this hole. It's a little bit challenging, a little bit funky. That's how we like it. That's how we like it. You know, we don't want to just have like a gazillion super duper easy holes. We want to make sure that we're offering a variety of challenges to each and every golfer. I tell you what, why don't we see if we can stick a sand trap in here? That's right, a high excitement hazard that golfers absolutely hate being in. And we're going to get that to curve right around the edge of this Stonehenge stone over here, which is just brilliant. So there is definitely a route. There is definitely a route that you can take. There's a safe route around the stone. But if you're wanting a little bit of excitement, you gotta go straight through the stone. Okay, let's get it open and let's see if golfers immediately start wandering over there. I think that they will indeed start doing that. Now, the cool thing is that you can only have one group of golfers on a hole at a time. So we want to try and keep people moving as much as we possibly can. Oh, what a brilliant shot. You were actually happy about that shot? To be honest, I am reasonably surprised. Can I test this hole? See how it goes? Okay, there are a lot of people that end up going into the woods over here. I must say, not exactly how I initially envisioned it, but that's okay. That is totally fine. What if I was to put a sand trap around the other side of the stone? I mean, that's probably going to make it even harder, which is probably not what the golfers want. But you know what? It's kind of fine, I guess, right? Okay. Difficulty high and the challenge is high. Excellent. That's just the way we like it. Well, we'll see if the golfers are able to come back from this. I might want to put in a little bit of rough cut over here, just to make sure that they feel like they have a chance. But there's definitely a proper route to take, and there's definitely a couple of improper routes to take. Either way, a little bit of money here, there, and everywhere is very, very nice indeed. Turning briefly to the tycoon elements of this game, we have almost made back our initial expenditure. We started with 4,000 bucks, and now we're in a position where we're, making 334 bucks per day, which is actually really, really nice. Look at that. The finance report is reporting we had 104 bucks of expenditure, 434 bucks or 438 bucks of income, which is not too bad at all, if indeed I do say so myself. Now, I mean, look, that's all very well and good. I'm happy that we're making money, but how about we make more money by sapping money straight out of the pockets of these golfers? Well, it's a good thing that we can do just that. We've got this orbital power, which allows us to use space powers to impact the game, which is actually very, very cool indeed. We've got orbital extortion. That's right, that's me literally extorting people. We've got subliminal skill injection, we've got remote resupply, we've got deweed bomb, and we've got mysterious happy beam. I mean, orbital extortion is what I'm interested in at the moment. It's got an orbital cost, or an orbital power cost of 850 points, and it's going to allow us to sap the money out of your golfers' wallets from high orbit, which is exactly what I'm interested in. So we're just gonna beam this down. How much are we gonna get? Wowzers! We made like 400 bucks there. That's actually not terrible. Everyone's unhappy about it, but I mean, I don't care. You're paying me to be here. I mean, so what if you end up leaving? I've already got your money. Look at that. I'm rolling in it. I am rolling in it. In fact, I think I'm actually rolling in it so much that it's worth us perhaps expanding to one of these territories over here. Where do we want to go? I mean, this would be the obvious suggestion. However, I think I actually want to pick this property over here. The reason why is that it's a lot more land-based, and even though I can terrain modify the area a little bit, I don't think I really want to do that quite yet. Plus, it gives us the opportunity to construct a hole that's right on the edge of the water going around to the brand new property, which I actually think would be super, super nice and very, very scenic. Perhaps we can even stick in a couple of decorations. Right, so we're going to create the biggest hole that we have thus far made. We're going to stick the T down right over here. Pretty unassuming, if you ask me. However, we're about to introduce a special feature, which hopefully is going to take the excitement, take the Poggies to the next level. That's right. So, we're going to see if we can stick down a ball launcher over here, right? And then we're going to stick down the hole right the way over here, I guess. Will that allow for a decent length of travel? I mean, let me test this hole out, right? We'll give it a little test. Oh, this is gonna be gnarly. It's a very, 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 very challenging hole. And to be fair, the ball launcher doesn't actually launch with as much force as I would like. Attractiveness. Let's pump the attractiveness up. So let's make it all but essential, shall we? Okay, remove the hole. Remove the hole, and then we'll see if we can put the hole over here instead. I mean, look, let's see if we can try and go long range. Right, give me a test. I really would love golfers to like hit the ball onto the ball launcher in the first place, because there are some great shots coming out here, but unfortunately, it doesn't look too promising. But that's not an issue at all, because we can just add another feature, which hopefully will allow us to make sure that the golf balls don't land in the water. If the golfers need that much help, then I will be happy to give it to them. Okay, let's paint this as fairway in the first instance, right? So that maybe that'll change up the situation a little bit. I doubt it, but you never know. It might happen. And then what I actually want to do is I want to go into the terrain modification tool, and I want to modify the terrain, accept changes. Excellent. That only cost us a couple of bob. I don't even know how much it cost us, but that's fine. I can afford it. I'm stealing from golfers directly, and that's helping me afford all of this stuff. Speaking of, am I able to do it again? Because I'm very keen to do it again. I'll wait until they group up around another hole, and then we can give it another shot. Cool. Alright, and then I'm going to stick down a windmill over here, which is... oh, it's ever so close to being allowed. Okay, try that. Try that. Accept changes. Brilliant. Now, go back to windmill. Let's do this. Oh, it's definitely allowed. Oh, I love it. Okay, so... that goes in over there. That's 400 bucks well spent, in my view. We're going to get a little bit of fairway over here. And we're just going to continue to curve that around. We're going to have a nice big putting green up there to receive all of the balls. That's right. Receiving the balls is very, very, very important. I'm going to also paint in a sand trap around the back here. So golfers ain't going to like this too much. But you know what? We can't make it too easy. We cannot make it too easy. We're going to put in a little bit of rough cut over here. There we go. So there's definitely a route that we expect you to take. But you know, there's a little bit of choice in how you get there. I feel like that's the best type of course, right? is that if there is a choice about how you get there, then you can decide which way you want to go. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's see how it works. I mean, I'm not overly positive about the placement of this. Not overly positive about this placement of the bouncy pad. It's a little bit problematic. Okay, let me ditch it. Let me ditch it just for a second. I think there is a way that I can fix this course without, like, completely torpedoing the enjoyment. Right. We'll get a ball launcher. That's right. We'll get a ball launcher. We'll get the ball launcher to be over here instead. Even though that is, like, a very, 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 very slight tweak, I think it might just make all the difference, actually. Okay. Or it might not make all the difference. It might not make all the difference. This is a very, very, very challenging hole, and a very, very difficult hole at that. But in saying that, it does look moderately successful. I'm actually pretty happy with it. You know what? I think we're just gonna open it. I think we're gonna open it. I think this is officially the first hole that I would be pretty unhappy to come across in a golfing environment. I don't play golf, but I'd be devastated if I ever ended up on a golf course, to be honest. Absolutely devastated. Either way, the golf test seems to have gone not too badly, and you know, we're adding a whole bunch of excitement into the course, which is quite nice. Rotation speed. Oh. Right, what about that? Will that make any difference, actually? So we can keep the balls hopefully out of the water. I tell you what, that does actually make a difference. That does actually make a difference, I think. I don't think it's a substantial difference, but it's at least funky enough that it keeps the vast majority of balls on the course. Okay, it's still a very, 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 very challenging course, but I think that's okay. I think I'm totally okay with that situation, to be honest. Okay, so that's looking good. That's looking very, very good. Now, we do have another outstanding problem, which is impacting our golf course stats everywhere, and that is lighting. Now, lights are over here in public buildings. Excellent. And we actually need to make sure that this entire golf course is lit up appropriately so that we can have, you know, golf taking place 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Can you imagine anything worse? Frankly, I cannot. But there we go. We're going to do it anyway. It's going to increase our running expenses just a smidgeroony. However, if golfers want to play golf, you know, at every single minute of the day, who am I? Who am I to stop them, right? Right. Are we appropriately lit now? I believe that we are appropriately lit, fam. Lighting is very, very low. I mean, it shouldn't be very, very low. It should be very, very good. Excellent. The lighting is very high on that course. And now the lighting is very high on this course. Excellent. Nice. This is looking good. This is looking very, very nice indeed. The finances are positive, which is great. I'm gonna tweak this around just a little bit. I'm actually gonna create fairway over here. Yeah, I'm gonna create fairway over here just to make sure that we don't end up making it a super challenging, super duper challenging course. Definitely deserves to be rough up here, or definitely deserves to be grass. Whatever. What's the difference? Either way, we want it to be a little bit challenging over there. Let me extend the fairway just around this lamppost. And then the sand trap is obviously there at the back to receive any balls that have gone astray. Yeah, I'm actually pretty satisfied with that. Oh, we need to be using our orbital zap. There we go. Excellent. I want to use it pretty much as soon as it gets off cooldown. Either way, that's looking pretty darn great. There's noisy construction nearby. Don't even worry about it. I better avoid the water. My ball went into the drink. I've literally placed down a windmill for just that eventuality, to stop your ball going in the drink. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Okay, so we're about to start work on hole number 4. However, before we start work on hole number 4, it's probably an idea if we maybe get like an amenity area or something like that. I mean, we've got the ability to make path, so why don't we see if we can make a little bit of an area where we have some toilets, maybe a bench, you know, some food supplies, stuff like that. I mean, drone hub, we don't need a drone hub. I'm not bothered about that at all. A restroom, yeah, let's throw one of them down. Excellent. A restroom seems entirely sensible. A drinks machine as well. I mean, I don't really feel like this feels very premium, but that's okay. A snack machine as well. You know what? Let's extort these golfers for literally every penny that they've got. And a garbage can as well. What the heck, right? Okay, a trans tube connector. We're not going to faff around with that too much. Although, mark my words, that will be happening at some point. For sure. Okay, let's allow 2 benches, a little bit of resting over there. That actually looks quite nice. That looks very, very nice. I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty darn happy with that. Excellent. Okay, so after hole number 3, after the resting area, we've got this whole big brand new area to expand into. And you know what? I think we need to return to our roots. I think we need to return to a reasonably simple time where golf was just hitting balls a long way. Was golf ever that? I have no idea. No idea at all. Upgrade the clubhouse to unlock more holes. We need to upgrade the clubhouse to unlock more holes. Well, we need to do that, right? Start playing golf. You bet your bottom dollar that I'm never gonna play golf. That's not happening. Our drone is doing a great job of destroying weeds, which is kind of nice. Thankfully, we don't have a super weedy course at this point. If I turn on the weed overlay, I don't think we've got many weeds. Certainly doesn't look like that's the case. Expense overlay, you can see where we're losing all of our money. The windmill and the toilets are the big ones. The ball landing area, yeah, that actually looks not too bad. There's a lot of complaints about the more difficult areas. I mean, look, cowards. You need to learn how to play. You need to learn how to play golf to the max. That's what it's all about, right? Anyway, let's see if we can try and upgrade the. The clubhouse. How much do I need in order to upgrade it? $4,000. To be honest, I don't actually think that's gonna be super hard to get. What do you know, a couple of extortions later, a couple of hours later, the Potato Lynx has over $4,000. Also, the rain has just started coming, which means that the weed aggression is gonna increase. At the moment, it's very, very low, according to the clubhouse, but you know, we can't guarantee that forever, especially now that the rain has started. Anyway, let's get the clubhouse upgraded. Heck yeah, what have we unlocked? We've unlocked a driving range, a putting green, and a lawn mortar. A lawn mortar can fire weed-burning chemical shells anywhere on the island. Look, I mean, we don't have any weeds. We don't have any weeds, not at this moment in time anyway. We're very, very fortunate that we don't have a very weedy situation occurring. If I have a little look at the weed overlay, I don't see a weed anywhere, actually. There's some weeds over here. Fred upgraded their membership. Oh yeah, we should talk about membership. It's actually very, very important. Oh my goodness, thank you very much. Anyway, we've got 200 basic members at the moment, which is very, very exciting. That's the number that we start with. Anyway, people will increase their membership level if they have 12 mood just in general, and then opinion about the course. So they've got, you know, 7 course opinion, which means that they're happy enough to bump their membership up. Now, silver, presumably we need to unlock the next level of the clubhouse, but we're going to need to increase the golfer's club opinion, or course opinion of the club, in order to get them up to silver level. That's a real mouthful. But anyway, 2 bronze members ain't too bad. If I'm looking to extort some golfers, I should probably think twice about it, because if I do that, then that'll probably lower their mood, and therefore they won't want to upgrade. And I kind of want people to upgrade, right? I mean, we want that. We absolutely do. Okay, we are making so much money that it actually kind of hurts. But that's okay. Right, so presumably we can grab ourselves a brand new a brand new hole. And in fact, that is exactly what we're going to go and do. We're going to go place down a T over there. We're going to go place down a hole literally as far as we can make it. There we go. Excellent. That sounds very, very good. Another upgraded member. That is fantastic. Right. We're going to have just a whole bunch of fairway down here. We're going to have a whole bunch of fairway. And we will create a slightly larger green. This is not going to be like a super duper challenging hole. But, you know, we could maybe still see if we can try and work in some cheeky challenges. That would be kind of nice. I mean, I think at that, to be honest, the challenge is low, supposedly. Is that really the case? I feel like it doesn't look like a low challenge hole. I mean, that's good. That's good that that's the case, because I figure that we need a low challenge hole, actually. Or at least a lower challenge hole. What about we see if we can stick in a bumper or something? An angled hyper bumper. That's kind of the vibe that I was going for. So let's see if we can... What if I stick it in here? Serious question. What if I do that? What if I do that? Is that gonna make it slightly more challenging? Ooh. I do like that, actually. I do like that. Okay. Bump force, let's bump that up. Let's bump up the attractiveness a little bit. And then maybe we see if we can try and get a little bit of fairway around the side here, just so that there is like an alternative route. However, it's going to be filled with sand traps. That's right. You gotta play big plays in order to get through hole number 4. Also, speaking of hole number 4, it's garbage because it's in the dark. We need to get that rectified pretty much yesterday. Okay. That's looking much nicer. It's gonna bump up our expenditure, but that's okay. Right. I'm actually really happy with that. That's a quite nifty looking hole, actually. Yeah. That's looking not too bad. That's looking not too bad at all. Again, I'm not super convinced that it deserves to be as easy as it actually is. Maybe if we can officially make this a sand trap over here. Apparently we can't make that little area in the middle of sand trap, but that's okay. All right, I'm okay with that. We'll make some. Give us some grass over here. Just some long cut grass. Long cut grass over there. Excellent. Okay, one final test before we open it up to the general public. There we go. Bing, 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 bing. Brilliant. Okay, we've actually managed to bump it up to a medium, which is pretty darn nice. Over here, it looks like the balls are going, but that's okay. I think I'm actually reasonably happy with that. Let's see if we can turn it on. I don't know what the rating is going to be. What are the ratings of my other holes? Let's have a little look, shall we? A rating of -9. This hole has no real difficulty. Wow. Okay. Well, that's good to know, actually. Hole number 2 has got a whopping rating of 28, and hole number 3 is 23. Wowzers. Okay, so people really like a challenge, to be honest. They really like a challenge. We need to pump up the difficulty of our first hole just a little bit, I think. Now, we really want to try and keep it short. Short and sweet is kind of the vibe that we're going for. Let's see if we can maybe stick down a couple of trees. Make it a little bit more challenging to navigate. Excellent. It's got a rating of -10. Okay, here's an idea. Right. I raise you, video game. A sand trap around here. And a sand trap around here. What are the chances? What are the chances of that turning the hole into a slightly more challenging endeavor? Okay, it's decreased to -8, which is good. I like that. It's increasing. This is good. This is excellent. Okay, this is really great. It's now a very challenging hole. Look, this is This is what everyone asked for. This is what everyone asked for. Everyone wanted a challenge. You get yourself a challenge. You get yourself a flippin' challenge on this course, and especially on that hole. Very, very nice indeed. Subliminal skill injection. Should I be injecting anyone with subliminal skills? I feel like maybe I should be. How are we doing over here? How are we doing at T number 4? A satisfying snack just when I needed it. Honestly, that's not really judgment of the hole. That's just a judgment of the snack situation. Okay, decoration is still very low. Craziness is also pretty darn low. Maybe I'll see if I can plop in some decorations. How about that? Maybe we get a fountain or something. How about that? What if we were to get a fountain over? What if we were to get a fountain over here? Does that change? Does that change anything? A flower garden? 250 bucks a pop. It's expensive, but the decorations are definitely there. You have to shoot through a fountain in order to get to the end of the course. I really hate that. I hate that design on a very, very visceral level, actually. It looks really, really bad. Although, it seems like the golfers shouldn't have too much difficulty navigating through the fountain, which is pretty great, because that's not really the point of this course. That was literally just a short-sighted attempt to try and bump up the decorations. Okay, you know what? If that is what it is, then that is what it is. That's totally fine with me. Right, weed overlay. What's the situation with regards to weeds? Weeds in my patch are pretty good. Weeds everywhere else are pretty bad, actually. Yeah, not happy about that. Not happy about that at all. How much do we need in order to upgrade to the next level? Not enough cash. We're gonna need 8,000 bucks. But that's actually okay. We've got 12 golfers that are upgraded to the next level, which is fine. We can actually increase, I believe. We can increase the speed at which people are rotating around this golf course. If I put in a minimum wait time. Do I want to do that? I don't think I really do, to be honest. Yeah, we'll leave that over there. Okay, so we've now got a very, very highly challenging hole and a very, very difficult hole. Very, very low decoration. That's cool. Right, I think the crucial thing that we need to do is to try and get more people into our golf course. And the only way that we can really go about doing that is by speeding up the number of people that are going around the golf course. So that's kind of an impossibility, really, at this stage of the game. But that's okay. We need 8,000 bucks in order to upgrade to the next level, which is not going to happen. We do have the ability to skill boost, which is quite cool. We can set up these boosts around the area, and in fact, if I was to put a driver boost right next to this hole, it's going to cost me a fair amount of money. But if I was to place this down over here, then we'd probably be able to increase all of the skills of all of our golfers, which would mean that they're happier going forward, actually. Okay, drinks machine. Let's see if we can bump up the service rating over there to make sure that our doctor manager can do what needs to be done. Putter booster. I don't think I'm really bothered about that. We should see if we can introduce a driving range. A driving range would be a great little idea. And in fact, maybe on the top of this hill over here, that would be fantastic as well. We've got a putting green or indeed a driving range. We need 5 grand for both of those. So, I mean, that's an immediate no. We are financially doing very, very well. We're making at least 1,000 a day. I'm very, very happy with that, actually. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. It's all of these additional people that are becoming bronze members. Thank you. Get zapped from outer space. Sorry, hate to break it to you. Your mood is probably absolutely awful. I hope you're not bronze members. I really should have checked before I zapped all your cash, but it was oh so juicy. I gotta be honest. It was very, very nice indeed. I loved it. I was extorted somehow, minus 20. Hate when that happens. Hate when I get extorted somehow. It really, really is the worst. Okay, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna save up for a driving range, and then we'll see how that works, and we'll plonk it down right over here, I reckon. So let's wait and see what that looks like when we've got the cash. Wowzers, we're making some serious money. We've also just been awarded an award for the second hole, I believe, which is kind of fun. What award was that? I better avoid those rocks. Have lots of rocks visible when shooting. Okay, so we literally just progressed towards that award by having a whole bunch of rocks in play. That's cool. What else are we in contention for? The windmill just gave me the right push. Okay, excellent, 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 excellent. Well, it looks like we're perhaps going to be in for a little bit of extra money coming into the coffers over the next wee while if we're able to score another couple of awards. But either way, it's not actually required because we've got a serious amount of cash generation going on right here, which is really, really nice. Okay, so without further ado, let's see if we can plonk down the driving range. I think the driving range would honestly be better suited to be over here, or at least somewhere-ish over here, because this is entirely land-based anyway. So I think that's probably where we want to do it. Either that or over here. It's not actually a terrible place over there. You know what? Let's freaking go. Let's give it a shot. Now, I believe that I need to place the targets manually, so let's, without further ado, do that. Now, if it is a driving range, we're not going to be faffing around. We're not going to be faffing around with multiple different, golfers walking around the course. It is literally just going to be a case of shooting the holes. Shooting the holes? Batting the balls? I have no idea. I have zero conception. Okay, how's that look? How's that look? 6 out of 8 targets. Challenge, 86%. I mean, that looks good. I mean, what if we give ourselves just like a nice little easy one, and then a nice big far one over. I mean, presumably we cannot have it outside the range of the driving range. So what about we just try and put it on like the furthest extent? Yeah, we'll stick it over there. Okay, so that looks pretty challenging, to be honest. 82% challenge. Will induce happiness and reduce boredom when used. Absolutely, let's open it up. Yes, please. Oh my giddy aunt. Each and every day, we are making more and more money. It's so great. I'm very, very happy about it. Okay, do we want to paint this? Do we want to paint this entire area as fairway? I don't really know if we want to. I suspect that it will reduce the challenge rather substantially if we do. Yeah, it's going to reduce the challenge if we do, so let's not do that. And in fact, let's see if I can try and actually put in some sand traps around here. This is going to really, really make this hole a real challenge. 96%. 96%. That is quite something. But you know what? We've got to have a good variety of holes, right? We've got to have a good variety of holes. Mud? Sure. Let's surround this via mud. Via the means of mud as well. Cool. Okay, so the rating is increasing. We've got a nice bit of water. Weed hive sprout detected. Destroy it to keep the infestation from spreading. Oh my giddy aunt. There is some weeds. There is some weeds over here. Now, we've got the tools to tackle this. We do have the ability to tackle this, if I'm not mistaken. It is in utility buildings laser turret. Right. We've got a lawn mortar. A lawn mortar can fire shells anywhere on the island, and frankly, this is what we need. However, it does cost 10 grand. Does cost 10 grand, which is a bit of a problem. Now, we can put down a laser turret, which might be the only option we have. However, we don't actually have access to this area, which is a big old problem, actually. So what I think we're going to have to do is we're actually going to have to purchase. We're actually going to have to purchase this brand new area. It's going to cost us 5,000 bucks. Okay, we can't do it. We can't do it. We can't do it. Our first area cost 500 to unlock. This area is going to cost us 5,000. Presumably my drones are not able to get over there and tackle it. Oh man, this is not good. This is not good. This is going to end up contaminating my entire course. And I've just built a wonderful new driving range in this area. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It's a disaster. It's a true disaster. I'm very unhappy about it. I mean, look, we are making money, though, which is great. I mean, we could do a de-weed bomb. Should we give it a shot? Will that destroy the hive? Property not owned? Okay, well, that's a bit of a problem. I'm not overly enthusiastic about that. Looks like the drone isn't able to get into the property that's not mine. Okay, we've got to consider that area a completely lost cause. Like, let's just never think about it ever again. For sure, we don't need to worry about it. Okay, you know what? Let's just go back to making a golf course. Let's just all pretend that that's not a problem. Not a problem that we need to worry about. I don't even know why you're worrying about it, to be honest. Not a problem for me. No siree. Okay, we're gonna create a lovely welcoming area. I've thought long and hard about the sort of things that we should be displaying for our golfers. I feel like, you know, it's only right that we maybe stick down a few more decorations. A large flower garden. I mean, this costs $1,000. This seems a little bit excessive, but you know, that's okay. A large fountain as well. A large fountain seems like a very, very good thing to walk out of the space elevator and see. You know, after you come down from a big old queasy space ride, you're gonna want to see a fountain straight away. That's what I believe anyway. Either way, it will increase upkeep a little bit. $40 for both of those, but that's okay. That is completely okay. I do like the fact that it increases everyone's happiness. That is something that I'm very, very happy about. Cool. Right. I mean, T4 is it's doing good. It's doing good. It's just not it's just doing not as great as I would like it to be doing. I also want to know average playtime. Yeah, 2.3 minutes for that. 2.3 minutes for that hole. Takes 2.2 minutes for this one. 2.3 for this one. Takes 6.1 minutes for that one. Yeah, I wonder if it's worth us seeing if we can stick in a golf checkpoint. I mean, if a checkpoint, okay, close the hole. Are we able to put in a checkpoint here, which will then allow people to move on? Will that allow it to be changed ever so slightly? Because it doesn't impact the design of the course in any way. It's literally just a case of hopefully getting a couple more people through the hole in quick succession. Right, and how long does this one take to play? Average playtime 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm thinking that we may have a little bit of an issue unless we can sort out this checkpoint. At least this checkpoint. Well, if this checkpoint works the way that I want it to, then we will be sorted. If it doesn't, we could be in a little bit of bother. Certainly the length of time that it takes to play this hole is not conducive to making as much money as we possibly can. Although truth being told, we're not in a poor financial position. What's the issue here? Congested? That is a problem. That is a problem. I don't really know why that's a problem. I do not know why that's a problem at all. Add a ball teleporter. Oh no, the rain is causing the weeds to grow. That's not good. That's not good at all. That's torpedoing our profitability, or something's torpedoing our profitability anyway. Right, I am not convinced that this golf checkpoint actually makes a difference. Actually, no, I take it all back. It is definitely making a difference. Look at this. T3 is now only taking 4.7 minutes to play, as opposed to 6 minutes that it used to take. Which is pretty darn nice, actually. Excellent. Okay, that's what we like to see. That's a pretty good improvement, actually. That's a pretty darn good improvement. For some obscene reason, there's a queue over here. There really shouldn't be a queue over here, given that it only takes 2.5 minutes to play, but that is totally fine. Okay, let's continue to zap a couple of people's money. A little bit of congestion is actually good, because it allows us to group more people into an orbital zap. That's right, you suckers are gonna get zapped twice. Extorted twice. Love to see it. Love to see it. Okay, I think this is good. I think this is totally fine. I am happy with the amendment that we've made to course 3. That looks great. Is the driving range making us money? I sure as heck hope that it is. My ball went into the drink. I know exactly where your ball went into the drink. Why is that a concern for me? I tell you what, why don't I see if I can get an angled bumper over here? Or maybe not even an angled bumper. Maybe literally just a rock. Too close to sea level? All right. Turns out that was an ambitious idea. An ambitious idea, but 'twas not to be. Right, that hole is now super duper challenging. But I'm okay with it being super challenging. Fatigue, you are very, very tired. Okay, you know what we can do to rectify that? We can stick down a couple of benches around the start of this hole over here. Because there are only benches over here at this moment. And hopefully the benches will reduce fatigue. That's the dream anyway. Either way, I mean, people are pretty happy with this course. On the whole, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Oh my goodness, this is not good. It's really a toss-up between, do I want to spend 10 grand to get a weed turret, or do I want to hold off and just buy the area for 5 grand and then place down a laser turret? I don't know, but we need at least 5 grand, so let's get to that point first. There may be a festering weed hive, but I think we're going to throw caution to the wind and see if we can expand our course, because what I'm thinking is that it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter how big and bad the weeds get, and believe me, they're getting bigger and they're getting badder. That's fine. We don't need to worry about that. Not now at the moment anyway. I'm thinking, you know, we've got like an additional 2 holes to build. Why don't we see if we can build them? And let's see if we can try and make them a little bit wacky, eh? Lovely. Lots and lots of people are upgrading their memberships. That's exactly what we like to see. Okay, so let's see if we can try and get just, you know, something reasonably simple over here. But this course is going to be very, very, very heavy on the funk. That's right. We're gonna be super duper funky, and I'm actually gonna see if we can try and create like you know, one of those. Is it a pachinko machine? I don't think it's a pachinko machine, but you know, we're gonna try and get one of those little bingy bongy things, you know, that pings the the golf ball around. We're gonna give it a shot. Is it gonna work? I have absolutely no idea. Is this remotely close to even? I don't think it is. Right, this is going to be really, really funky. How much is the upkeep on all of these? Only $10, to be honest. That's a deal. That's an absolute steal. Okay, let's fairwayify all of this. Fairwayify all of this. I really want people to... I really, really, really want people to hit it directly into this zone over here. This can be putting green. I'm okay with that. But I would really like it if we could land the ball like right in there. Putting a sand trap over here. I think I prefer that. All right, let's give that a little test, shall we? Hey, looking very, very good. It's looking excellent. We have alerts. I know. It's a problem. All right, this is looking funky actually. Also, can I just briefly check what we got an award for? Better avoid the water. That was it. Better avoid the water. Cool. All right, what do we got? A slice of forest. That's also progressing nicely. Okay, nice. Right. Before we go further, let me see if I can just add a couple of angled hyper bumpers to this park. I know this might be overkill, but I want to see if we can try and sort of like contain the chaos, if you'd like. Look at this. This looks brilliant. I would love to play this course. Now this doesn't look like golf. This looks like fun. This looks like real fun. Oh my giddy aunt. Look at how exciting this looks. Okay, so let's fairway all of this. That's the green. Okay, let's go for another test, shall we? Oh man, this looks mad. This looks brilliant. I like that a lot. A lot. The one thing that I want to do, that I want to change is the fact that we should probably have some like hyper bumpers over here, just to make sure that we don't inadvertently end up like having some people's ball bounce back into the sand trap for no fault of their own. Oh, this is maddeningly good. Oh, I like that a lot. The craziness is very high. There is no crazier hole. Oh, that's brilliant. I like that a lot. Oh, that is very, very juicy. Very, very juicy indeed. Okay, let's freaking go. Let's toggle it open. Let's also get a couple of benches because you know what? We know how golfers are. We know how golfers are. We know how they're a little bit lazy. A little bit lazy. They like to rest. The rain is coming. The weeds are continuing to bloom. I don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. We don't need to worry about our weeds. All we need to do is focus on the game. You know, focus on what matters. Focus on what matters. Also, are these golfers gonna be able to walk right over to where they need to walk to, or do I need to suck them up with a transport tube? I don't think I need to suck them up with a transport tube, but that's definitely something that we may want to do at some point. Right, let's see if we can get a pathway going around here. I mean, that looks pretty professional, actually, if I do indeed say so myself. I'm pretty happy with that. Don't mind the construction. Don't mind the construction. I know it upsets you, but it's fine. Yeah, exactly. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. That crazy gadget looks fun. That crazy gadget is totally fun. Excellent, 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 excellent. I'm very, very happy with that. Also, I've come to the realization that people hate my driving range pretty much exclusively because their ball can go in the water. Now, I thought that that was an element of fun and excitement, but it turns out, no. I don't know what I'm talking about. So, to make it up to the golfers, I'm going to terrain. I'm not going to do that, actually. That's a pretty horrific idea. I'm just going to delete. I'm going to delete the water. We don't actually need to... Oh, I was nailed by a ball. And we lost a bronze membership. Oh, that's terrible. How were you nailed by a ball? Let me address this in just a second. Okay. So, the driving range is now... It's not possible. It's not possible to do that. What is the situation? I was nailed by a ball. Where were you nailed by a ball? Like, literally over here? I suppose this is a slightly badly placed bench. I will confess, it is a bit of a badly placed bench. Yeah, I'll confess. That one's on me. That one's on me. Sorry. What was your name? I'm really sorry. This is the level of customer service that we offer around here. I'm terribly sorry. I cannot for the life of me remember your name. I'm sure your concern was very, very valid. Anyway, I'll plonk down a rock over here. I know it's gonna mess with the vibes, but that's fine. It means that we can, you know, defend the people that are chilling out in the bench for a little bit better. It's hard to walk around these obstacles. I just made a path. Look at this. Look at the craziness. You've got quite a happy mood. That's excellent. That's really, really good. What can I say? That is delightful. In fact, it's so delightful. I'm delighted that you're having a great time. I'm gonna extort you twice. There we go. That's just for good measure, eh? Just for good measure. All right. How's our festering weed hive looking? Well, it's not mine. It's not my fault. It's not my responsibility. No siree. Don't need to worry about that one. Look at this. Look at this funky. Look at this funkiness. This is exceptional. What a great course, eh? What a great course. I tell you what. Let's see if I can stick some rocks around the back here. Just so that things don't end up, like, you know, massively overshooting the course. I suspect that it's going to be a little bit far for some people to walk. But it's fun nonetheless, right? And therefore, that's a positive. Right, give me a light to make sure that this area is appropriately lit. Okay. Wonderful. That looks very, very nice. Very, very, very nice indeed. Look, I mean, this course is generating, it's generating less cash. I mean, we did have a little bit of a dip, but to be honest, I think we've returned to greatness. We're still looking for that next upgrade level to the clubhouse. The global workload. Okay, so it seems like the drones and the doctor managers are a little bit encumbered, and that is no doubt going to increase as soon as the weed hive breaks free of this bit of territory. But I really hope that will not be the case. I really, really hope that that will not be the case. Okay, you know what? We've procrastinated long enough. Let's throw down another hole, shall we? We'll stick it down over here. We'll stick down, that was the T. We'll stick down the hole all the way over here. And again, I kind of want to keep it simple. Let's see if we can try and sort of modulate the fairway a little bit, you know. So we'll obviously have like a nice little entry area. That's cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. And then, you know, we're going to see if we can try and curve it around a little bit. See if we can try and curve it around a little bit, and then we'll bring it back. We'll bring it back through the woods over here, which is going to be changed a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of fairway right in the center there, but it's going to be a high risk, high reward sort of situation. You know, if people want to go for it, they're more than welcome to do it, to give it a shot. I hope that it will feature in the test hole. Will anyone choose to go to the fairway in the middle of nowhere? I don't think they will. All right, I mean that's fine. If that's the case, then that's the case. I don't like the fact that we're going to be going through the forest. Demolish nature. Demolish nature has to be done. Has to be done. I know it's a little bit yikesy in 2020 to be demolishing nature, but that's fine. Okay. So let's just see if we can try and make, you know, what is I consider to be a fairly traditional golf course, traditional golf hole. We'll see if we can get like a little bit of a mud bunker, perhaps. We'll get a little bit of a mud bunker around here. We'll make it a little bit smaller though. We don't want to end up going too large, you know? This is a very, very, very substantial hole, actually. And quite a good one, maybe, to see if we could try and get some additional boosters. I mean, we could see if we could try and get a driver booster. That would be kind of nice. All right, give me some more sand traps around here. Give me some more sand traps around here. There we go. I think that's more what we're after. There we go. Okay, so that'll make it a very, very challenging course. Very, very challenging course indeed. Let's see if we can rough it up. We don't need to exclusively use sand traps. They're not the only way that we can modulate the challenge. Okay, test again. The difficulty is balanced, but the challenge is very, very high. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. I like it a lot. Very, very low craziness, but truth be told, it doesn't need to be a crazy hole to be a good hole. And a driver booster might just be what we need in order to take this to the next level. Might just be what we need to take this to the next level. Anyway, let's open the hole up. Let's open the hole up. Let's see if we can try and create a... Let's see if we can try and create a path. Excellent. We'll create a path from this hole over to this hole. And again, you know, we're gonna have some amenities out here. I think that's only fair. Maybe we can get some amenities after destroying a little bit of nature. That's right. My favorite pastime. Okay, so we do that. We'll throw down a couple of public buildings. We'll throw down a light over here. We'll throw down... Does anyone need a restroom? I don't think anyone needs a restroom, to be honest. We've only had a couple of holes since the last one. So that's fine. We can throw down 2 of those. If anyone's needing a little bit of a break, then you're more than welcome to have a break. Excellent. I mean, well, not a great shot there, Joel. But not bad. Not bad for a first hole either. Mayhaps a checkpoint would be a good thing to have on this course. It's probably going to take slightly longer to complete this hole because it is so long. I don't think that that's necessarily a problem. I mean, you know, we are 6 holes deep at this point, so there is going to be like quite a significant amount of divergence from the average playtime. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm absolutely okay with that. This is very, very cool. The weed aggression is still at medium. I mean, look at this. This is bad. The good news is, whenever the weeds are, I believe, spreading into my territory, the drones should be able to instantly remove them. It should be very, very doable. Also, you can see with the increased number of holes, we've actually managed to increase our amount of profit again. So, I mean, it's a very straight ratio, at least in my mind, from number of holes equals amount of money being made. My ball's in a bad spot. Yeah, there's not very much that I can do, you know, to stop it going out of the map. I didn't really design that to be the case, but it is what it is. 5 grand. Holy cow, we are making so much money. It's actually filthy. Sorry, I had to do it. Up to 6 grand now. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Love it. I love this hole. I'd love to play this hole, actually. We can play holes. I don't want to play holes, but that's an option. That's an option. You know, it's definitely something that we can do. I mean, what are we aiming for now? We're aiming for the upgrade, I guess, to the clubhouse. That sounds fun. Do I want to start playing golf? Do I want to start playing golf? Do I want to start playing golf? I kind of want to start playing golf. Easy. Okay, I mean, look, to be brutally honest, it's not the greatest course in the world. Definitely prefer managing a golf course as opposed to playing around it. It's pretty easy, actually. Pretty easy. Okay, you know what? Stop playing golf. Quit. We've had enough. We've had enough. One round or one hole was enough for me. Look at how many members we've got. 42 flipping members. We've only had one free count, and that was because somebody got hit by a ball. That wasn't my fault, I swear. That was definitely not my fault. Anyway, how's the driving range looking now? My ball went into the drink. That's still like a massive negative modifier. Let's see if we can tweak it around a little bit. And truth be told, actually, I do want to see if I can try and adjust the terrain slightly, because the terrain does seem very, very consistent. There's not many hills. Perhaps we could modify the terrain over here somewhere. This is, by the way, definitely going to be the next area that I buy at this rate. Also, what have we got? Was there a second festering hive? It's another festering hive in an area that I don't control. Okay, that's fine. Well, you know what? We're going to save up for the clubhouse upgrade, and then we're going to hit this festering hive with a huge D-weed bomb for 300 orbital power. Hey, that's lovely. A slice of forest, 2,000 bucks. Don't mind if I do. Let's see if we can immediately upgrade the clubhouse. What is that? A billboard? A hover rental? Oh my goodness gracious me. Yeah, you know what? We're absolutely gonna get a billboard. If we can throw up some advertising, then that is phenomenal, to be honest. Excellent. Look at that. Space pirates. Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. That's really, really good. We're gonna make so much flipping money. We are gonna make so much flipping money from this billboard over here. That's really, 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 really spicy. Okay, so silver members need a mood of 24. They need a course opinion of 14, and they need at least 6 holes. We've got 6 holes, but I think that they need to complete the 6 holes. So bronze members can only become bronze members after the 3rd hole, and silver members can only become silver members after the conclusion of the last hole over here. Mood is 35, a course opinion of 14. What did I say we needed? Only 14. So I think we should have a couple of silver members come on board pretty soon, to be honest. Although these are only basic members at this moment in time, and it doesn't look like they can upgrade themselves to be silver members just from basic members. I think that's the case. Chris upgraded, bronze membership, bronze membership. Yeah, we may have to get it done in two different transactions. Well, no matter. Could you not walk through the driving range, please? That seems like a very big safety issue, to be honest. Or, you know, just walk through the driving range. Dale upgraded their membership to silver. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. That's our first silver member. That's excellent. That is excellent. We need 20 grand. We need 20 grand in order to upgrade the clubhouse next. I don't think that's going to happen. Not for a little while anyway. But that is not too shabby if I do say so myself. Very, very, very happy with that. Oh, look at this. It's so juicy. It's so juicy. Give me all your money. You're all being extorted. This is a holdup. My ball went into the drink. How did your ball even go into the drink? Doesn't even seem possible. I can imagine this hole, by the way, being deeply, deeply, deeply frustrating if you don't absolutely nail the shot. Right, just won an award for Master Gadgetry. I think that is most likely due to the fact that we have got so many crazy devices and everyone loves them. That's great to see. Okay, so that gives us the finances that we need in order to confidently buy this brand new area. Now, this could end up being a complete disaster. It's going to cost us 5 grand. Boom, let's do it. You're freaking out because your ball went into the drink? Oh, don't freak out because of that. I mean, there are better reasons to freak out. Anyway, how do we tackle these weeds? How do we tackle these weeds? Are the drones going to get to work? I suspect that they probably will. However, I would like to aid them. I'd like to aid them, not with a lawn mortar, with a laser turret. That's right. Stick that down over there. Let's see if we can try and destroy the hive. It's going to take a substantial period of time, apparently. That's fine. Okay, laser turret. Let's get another laser turret over here. 650 bucks well spent, to be honest. Ouch, I was nailed by a ball. Oh, excuse me? What the heck is happening? What the heck is that is a very, very rude thing to do, actually. Very, very rude. Anyway, we're gonna get ourselves a couple of brand new holes, actually. We're gonna get ourselves a couple of brand new holes. Okay, here's the thing. I actually want to place the hole right the way across at the other side of the freaking map. Also, look at the drones going ham on the weeds. That's great. Hey, let's try to keep it clean this time. That's okay. The laser turret did a pretty darn good job of destroying the hives. By the way, hives are created whenever golfers are unhappy. And so each and every time I do something that makes them unhappy, they spawn some weeds. Who'da thunk it, eh? Who'da thunk it that golfers could be so unbelievably irritating. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to see if I can build one of these fantastical, what are they called? Trans tube connectors. So, here's what I want to do. I want to see if I can try and whisk my golfers across to the other side of the map. That's right. On a truly incredible trip. This is an infested tube. We don't like that. We don't like that at all. Let's see if I can get a laser turret. Get a laser turret over here. Sure. Excellent. Love to see it. So, are the golfers just going to be able to pop right in here? I think that they totally will be able to. I think that they're just going to be able to walk right up to it and then immediately hop in and be whisked across to the other side of the map, which is very, very cool indeed. And you know what? This hole is going to be all about the teleportations. So, we're going to have the hole somewhere like over here? Sure, it's kind of wacky. It's kind of wacky, but I kind of dig it, right? So we can also get a golf checkpoint tele exit. So we can put a tele exit in over perhaps here. And then that is going to teleport. That is going to teleport a link between the golf tubes, right? Which means that we need to get a golf tube. We need to get a golf tube to connect this thing up, right? If I'm not mistaken. How do we connect it up? Missing golf checkpoint. We need a proper golf checkpoint, do we? I can get a proper golf checkpoint. Golf checkpoint over what, here? Ah, I see. So there are now 2 routes that you can take. You can either go through the checkpoint tele exit thingamabobber or not. You can choose to go another route. Speaking of tubes, I'm going to get another tube that is going to allow transport directly to where it needs to go. This hole is a total mess, by the way. It's a total mess, and it is entirely because of the weeds. Entirely because of the weeds. Nothing to do with anything that I've just built, although I'm sure that I haven't actually helped things at all. Let's see if I can plop down a flower arch over here. We're gonna force people to walk through this arch. You bet your bottom dollar I am. Right, this laser turret is still going ham. What's the weed overlay looking like? I mean, it's not looking bad. It's just not looking great, to be honest. Is it worth me seeing if I can get, like, an additional drone hub or something? Oh, excellent. I have no idea what we ended up winning. Course? What did we need to do in order to get that? The sand trap looks hard. Have lots of sand traps visible when shooting. We get money for having sand traps. Oh, it's great, actually. That's really, really good. It's really, really nice. Okay, drone hub, nope. Laser turret, yep. Let's go. Okay, let's see if we can try and bring this... area up online as quickly as we possibly can. The reason that I say that is it's pretty important we start making money from this area as soon as we can. Although, I don't know how golfers are gonna enjoy walking through a particularly horrible weeded area. They probably will not enjoy it. That's just a guess, though. Okay. This over here. Wonderful. That is a bush. Destroy that bush. Let's get a path. I just want people to be using my teleportation tubes. That's what I want. That's what I would really love to see. Speaking of, why are none of my laser turrets getting refilled? Because that would be a good thing to see happen. I mean, I know there is a relatively high global workload. I don't love it. I'm not happy about it. A drone hub. Is it worth us getting a drone hub? Yes, probably. Let's get another drone hub. It's pretty ugly, actually. It's pretty ugly. Let's see if we can stick it on the top of the hill there. Select drone, relocate weed detector. Weed detector needs to be over here. Cool. The clubhouse doesn't have an inbuilt weed detector, does it? I don't think so. No. Okay, so how many drones do we actually get? How many drones do we get? I have zero idea how many drones we actually get. Either way, looks like they are able to go out with the area in order to dispatch the weeds, which is kind of nice. Also, it looks like the laser turrets have been refilled, which is great. Excellent. Okay, this is looking much better. There's a couple of structures that are still infected, but that's okay. And I'm sure that the global workload will decrease. Yeah, it's already decreased from like 409% all the way down to 190. So that's looking pretty darn good. My ball went into the drink. Okay, look, people need to stop freaking out about the fact that there's a little bit of water over there. I get it. But water spices up the course. It spices up the course. Okay, I think we're just about ready to open this course up, you know? Let's give it a little test. Give it a little test. So we got some teleportation occurring. Excellent. I'm going to put down a couple of rocks over here. I don't want to make it too easy, but we're going to make this entire area green. Also, let's destroy nature. Let's absolutely decimate nature. Including the rock that I just placed. That's fine. We got a refund for it, so that's fine enough. Okay, so little bit of greenage over there. Brilliant. And then we're gonna get a fairway that just goes like up the right-hand side of this course over here. Little bit of nature destruction. Cool. So it's definitely gonna be like a decision that the golfers are going to have to make. Are they going to see if they can try and go the high road, or are they going to see if they take the teleport road? It's an option. It's an option for sure. Hold up. Why am I... Okay, these tele exits are in the entirely wrong orientation. To be honest, that's pretty irritating. We need a golf checkpoint. over there. And then we need a tele-exit at the other side. Excellent. Okay. So, let's also see if we can try and bump in a couple of bumpers. That's right. Let's get a couple of bumpers in here. So we're gonna make it challenging. We're gonna make it challenging to get into the whole area if you take the tele-exit route. Another weed sprite detected. That's a bit of a problem. Okay, also I need to try and modify this area so that we don't end up having a horrific situation occurring. No, discard those changes, please. We need to modify the terrain a little bit, but not too much. Wonderful. Alright, so a little bit of variety. A little bit of variety goes a long way. Structures to remove. We got rid of that structure. That's fine. We also need to make sure that this area is well lit. Alright. Fairway. Alright, we'll see in the test. We'll see in the test if it ends up creating two alternative routes. But you know, there's definitely a way to play this as a very traditional course, and then hopefully there's going to be the other way of playing it, which I think is probably going to be the more fun way. Right, here's a wacky thing to do. Let's crank up the height of this a little bit. So if you want to go in underneath, from the traditional angle, you're not going to have to contend with a flippin' windmill. And it's going to be a very, very fast rotation speed. Okay, let's give this hole a crack. This might just be my favorite hole thus far. Okay, doesn't look like anyone is gonna take the non-teleporty route, which is a bit of a shame, to be honest. A bit of a shame. What about if we put in another golf checkpoint? Can we have a... Okay, we can only have one golf checkpoint. What if I make it a little bit more challenging? Do we have to? The golfers have to shoot through this teleport thing. I mean, if we put it here, they wouldn't have to necessarily end up teleporting over there. I see what the problem is now. I see what the problem is that we were effectively forcing them to go a certain way. They have to go through the teleporter. Okay, well, you know what? Let's double down on having this teleporter here then, I guess. Alright, I don't love it. There seems to be no way to not do that, but that's fine. Okay, put in a couple of sand traps over here. That looks a little bit more decent. Also, that's another hive over there. I hate to see it, but that's okay. Alright, silver membership. That is exactly what we like to see. Right, let's open up the hole. Let's give it a shot. It's gonna be a challenge. It's not gonna be easy. Wonderful. Let's see if we can throw down a couple of lighting poles. A fan of golf. I didn't think there was such a thing, but it happened. What did we get that for? It's not the right one. Awards. A fan of golf. The windmill just gave me just the right push. Excellent. That's really good. That is really good. You know what else I want to do? I want to see if I can stick in a driver booster over here. Like, this just seems like something really, really cool that we can get. Also, a putter booster. Is it possible for me to perhaps get a putter booster over here? Yeah, let's see if we can try and get a putter booster over there. I know that it's not ideal having, like, two boosters right next to each other, but this is a very, very putt-intensive course, right? So, what the heck? Let's give it a shot. Also, I didn't use my de-weed bomb. I really want to use my de-weed bomb. The weed overlay is looking particularly fine at this moment in time. De-weeded a little bit over there for 300 bucks, but didn't really do much. We've got 2 hives. Now, if I move this drone hub weed detector thing, am I going to be able to start eliminating the weeds over here? I think I might be able to. Not with my orbital insertion thing, but that's okay. All right, what are people thinking of this course? I would not be surprised if they think negatively about this hole. My ball went in the thicket. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. Exit blocked by a golfer. That's okay. That is absolutely a-okay. I've realized the issue. The issue is that we had a connector in a very, very poor location. There we go. That's what we needed. That's what we needed this whole darn time. So people are gonna smack it on up to the golf checkpoint, and then they can hop in the connector, trans tube connector, head right on over here, and get to the other side. Wonderful. What are you doing? What are you doing, Dr. Manager? You should not be swimming. Also, this should probably be redone as green, eh? Given that this entire area is completely unnecessary. Ah, you know, what the heck, eh? What the heck. I did say that I wanted to muck around with the terrain a little bit. Maybe that would be an idea. See if we can elevate it a little bit over here. Nature to remove. My favorite. There we go. So a little bit of terrain modification works quite nicely in that context, I believe. And we'll even see if we can try and get a little bit of a pathway up here. Look at that. Look at that. This is looking great. Hover rentals. I'd love to get some hover rentals. Unfortunately, I ain't got the cash. I probably will not have the cash. A drinks machine. Charge some weary golfers a little bit of cash to have a little bit of a drink. Sounds good to me. Snack machine. Trans tube in the way. Fine. Stick it down over there. And we'll stick down a garbage can as well for good measure. What the heck, eh? What the heck? Still not entirely sure why the exit is blocked by a nearby golf ball / golfer. But there you go. I'm satisfied with that course. You know what? Even though it worked out being, you know, maybe my least favorite course initially, it then pulled it back, and we ended up with a really nice course. The one thing that I would say that we need to sort out is we need to see if we can try and pop down a couple of additional decorations over here for sure. You know, don't get me wrong, definitely needs to get done. The other thing that we need to get is a couple of benches. Benches go a long way. Oh, look at that. Everyone is beelining for the benches. Beelining for the benches straight away as soon as they're placed down. That is looking very, very nice. Okay, so lots of bench action. I don't know if traveling in the trans tube connector actually tires people out. I doubt that it does, but you never know. Oh, I could have done this remote resupply on the turrets whenever that happened, but that's fine. That didn't happen. That's okay. Right, is my drone hub managing to... Oh, yeah, it's managing to destroy the weed hive. Excellent. That is really, really good. Okay, we've never, ever been making more money than we're making right now, which is phenomenal. We've got 4 silver members. We're working on converting more. To be honest, it's probably just going to take time more than anything. And time is a problem. Time is a problem over here anyway. This is not a great situation to be in. Not super happy with the speed at which this course is being executed. Let's inject all of these people with subliminal skills. Mysterious happy beams as well. What the heck? Let's give it a shot, eh? I kind of thought that if they went through the checkpoint, they would all suddenly be able to start a secondary group at the same time, but apparently that's not the case. Okay, let's also see if we can try and get one last trans tube connector in place here. Because I would love to have, like, one right next to Clubhouse. that just takes everyone back. Right? That should be possible. It's entirely possible. Excellent. So that is going to be the returning trans-tube connector. That's going to be the thing that takes you right back. Also takes my drones around at a very fast pace, which is excellent. We're making a ridiculously large amount of money, which is very, very nice indeed. I'm super unhappy about the fact that this tele exit isn't working in the way that I want it to. But to be honest, what a wonderful little golf course we've ended up creating over here. What a wonderful world that we have ended up crafting in Golftopia. We didn't even have to play any golf. I mean, we did play a little bit. Accidentally. I regret it. I regret it, but you know what? This is a really, really nice course. And, you know, in all seriousness, I think I would probably like to play golf here, or at least try to play golf over here. We've got a whole bunch of silver members. No doubt we will gain many, 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 many more if we were to leave it running for a little bit longer. There's a couple of weeds. Sure, there's a couple of weeds over in the back corner, but that's fine. There's weeds everywhere, right? They're not a problem. We got a huge number of awards. I'm just very, very happy. I'm very, very happy with this course. It's literally that simple. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much for watching this episode of Golftopia. My name, of course, has been Oba the Potato. We've just about built the wackiest golf course in the whole darn universe. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks, as ever, to my fantastic Patreon supporters over at patreon.com/Oba the Potato. Also, thanks to Banana and C Senpai for being the two $25+ plus tier patrons. Thank you very, very much for watching, folks. I'll see you next time.